Today, from Fairchild Tropical Gardens in Miami, reviewing one of the best citrus fragrances of all time. Giving you my impression next, so stay tuned. Walking through the rainforest here at Fairchild Tropical Gardens, letting the Cedrat Boise waft the humidity, the warm weather, great for the skin. It's like 80 degrees here today, here in Miami, so I get a wonderful, true sense of this light citrusy fragrance. But I wanted to kind of give you a just look here. And actually, I'm going to let you walk down here with me. You guys can kind of see this is, again, Fairchild Tropical Botanical Gardens, one of the largest rainforests. I'm going to show you this beautiful waterfall here where I'm going to sit and continue to smell the Cedrat Boise. Look at this. Is this not a wonderful location to sit and smell this wonderful fragrance? I'll update it coming up next. So welcome back, everybody. JoelTheNose. You're probably wondering, why am I here in this beautiful rainforest in Miami, Florida? And it's because I'm reviewing Cedrat Boise from Mancera. Came out in 2011, one of the most successful and popular citrusy fresh fragrances of all time. It's compared a lot to Aventus. I get the comparison. Let me pull it out here for you. 1 second. Sorry. So I have the bottle here, as you can see. Beautiful bottle. I got to say, the presentation on Mancera's are some of my favorite presentations. They're simple, clean, classic. It's just like a glass bottle with the label. You got a screw top, which is a little bit interesting. That's a little bit different. Got the black atomizer there. Got a good sprayer. I'll spray it again in a second. But this was created by Pierre Montal. For those of you who don't know, and actually my camera may be a little bit off for you guys. Sorry. Trying to get it so it's it's not easy to get this. All right, well, sorry guys, because we're in the wild, it's getting a little bit crazy. But anyways, this is, again, created by Pierre Montal. And he's the same person who is the nose and the owner of Montal fragrances. Many of you, of course, know Montal. It's one of the most popular niche fragrances, and so is Mancera. So he is the man behind both these fragrances. I know most of you know that, and in case you didn't, I wanted to let everyone know, because to me that's an interesting fact that he has two different houses that are, you know, different but similar. And what do I mean by that? Well, they're both, I would consider, not beginner. Mancera is probably the classic beginner niche fragrance. It is a little bit more palatable, or I think easier for the person that's transitioning from the niche, from the designer world into the niche world. And so when you have this here, this is something that, again, is very popular. People love to use it. People love to, I think, make this step from one world to the next, and this is a great fragrance to do it. And I, by the way, wholeheartedly recommend that. If you're watching this and you're thinking about taking the jump into this world, this is the perfect fragrance to try out. What is it? It's, again, it's compared a lot to Creed Aventus because it has that kind of similar top. But let me tell you, to me, it's very different from Aventus. This has Sicilian lemon, blackcurrant at the top, and it's also then, you know, it's also got like a spicy accord, and then at the heart you have this kind of fruity accord mixed with patchouli and vanilla, and then you have kind of cedar and leather and sandalwood at the base. So it's a classic, you know, with that lemon top, is a classic kind of light fragrance, perfect for, again, entry into the niche world. But let me say something here. This is much better than just a pure entry-level niche fragrance, okay? This, right off the bat, when you spray it on, you definitely get this kind of lemon, a little bit spicy, but not too much, element to it. But to me, you don't get that kind of grapefruit pineapple that, say, Creed Aventus gives you. And by the way, I don't think Aventus gives a pineapple scent. To me, it's a grapefruit scent. And this is not that. This is definitely kind of the citrusy lemon fresh, but it's not too chemically. Some niche fragrances can come across a little bit on the cheaper, when they're on the cheaper end, a little bit synthetic. This is not a synthetic smelling fragrance to me. And by the way, for this 120 ml bottle, it retails for 180 bucks. So for a niche fragrance by Pierre Montal, great, great price. Let me just spray it real quick. Show you guys my impression. Ah, yeah. So I'm gonna update it now. It's lemon. You definitely get this black currant. But I would say after a couple minutes, this dries down into this beautiful, right from the top, I get leather. So this leather note to me is what differentiates this from Aventus or any other of these popular kind of citrusy fragrances that have been really popular for the last 10 years. And this came out in 2011, okay? So this thing right here is now 10 years old. Pretty amazing. And that leather note, to me, this is a leather fragrance. It's more of a leather fragrance than it is a citrusy fragrance to me. And I love it. I love the leather fragrances. I love how it gets this kind of spicy, citrusy combination. It almost has a nutty accord to it. And I'm getting great. I've been wearing it now for about an hour, all around my neck and my arms. I'm getting great sillage still after an hour. I'm getting great projection. I can feel it all the way around me, even outside. I'm outside here again in one of the largest botanical tropical gardens, which by the way is a perfect setting, is it not, for a citrusy fragrance? And I've got the waterfall behind me. Ah, perfect day. Hope you guys are enjoying a little bit different scenery here, especially if you are living in somewhere very cold right now. But this, to me, very quickly is a beautiful leather fragrance that separates it from all the typical citrusy, freshy, popular fragrances that are out there, even Creed Aventus, okay? And it's also kind of creamy and smooth and a little, like I said, a little nutty, and it's really an interesting fragrance that I had forgotten. I hadn't put this on in a long time, and actually I'll give props to somebody I know that I ran into the other day, Angel, if you're watching, who said, hey, can you give me some advice on Cedrat Boise? I'm considering buying it. So then I'm like, you know what? I have not worn this or smelled this in so long that I've got to do a video on this, and I got to do it outside in this perfect weather here in Miami. So there you have it. I'm going to update it once or twice more. I think you can see my passion for this. It's a really great fragrance. I'm loving it. Now, of course, I got to wait to see, kind of the middle and the dry down, because a fragrance is not complete until you go through the 3 stages, just like life, kind of birth, youth, middle age, and old age. You got to go through it. So I'll update it as I get through this, and I'll let you guys know what I think. But I'm telling you right now, take a look at this bad boy. I'm really digging this right now. Okay, I'm back now for an update after. Been wearing it now for about 2 hours, so I'm into that dry down. And I'm getting that patchouli and that leather. Oh, it's just so amazing. And I hope you can see I'm still here in this wonderful tropical setting, which is of course perfect for Mancera Cedrat Boise. I say Boise, I guess it could be Boise, some people say. By the way, it is an eau de parfum. And what's amazing, it is a very windy, breezy day here today. And even with that, after a couple of hours, I'm still getting great sillage. And 2 people now walking past me here in this beautiful tropical garden setting have asked me what I'm wearing. Okay, so this is right off the bat, a compliment getter, a beast mode fragrance after 2 hours, okay, in the outdoor tropical setting of 80-degree weather in Miami with lots of wind and breeze going around. So if that's, you know, a testament to how good this fragrance is. So far, still loving it, still highly recommend it. I'll update it again later in the day and see how the third dry down went down. So far, the top and the heart are great, and we'll see how it goes. All right, now I'm still here at Fairchild. As you can see behind me, for those of you who recognize the Chihuly famous sculptor, he's done a bunch of his famous sculptures, glass sculptures here at the garden, and this is one of them. I love it. Just can see it there a little bit better. So perfect again setting for me to give you an update now at the 4-hour mark for Cedrat Boise. Still going really strongly here. The leather has kicked in so smoothly with the vanilla and the cedar. And I mean, I just can't, again, say that to me, this is more than just a beginner niche fragrance. Because I've been, you know, into niche fragrances for many years now. As you know, for those of you who watch my videos, I much prefer niche fragrances. And this is a fragrance that to me, I would wear, and I used to wear it, and you know, when you have your collection, you sometimes forget things that you love. I'm so glad I came back to this one, because this is something that I don't care whether you're a beginner niche fragrance lover or somebody's been wearing niche for 10 years or more. This is something that should be in your daily rotation. It's just a well-blended classic niche citrus, leather, cedar, vanilla, perfect office fragrance, perfect everyday fragrance, perfect warm weather, maybe tough in the, for example, in colder weather, because I'm here in Miami. So let me hear some comments if you guys have tried to wear this in colder weather, whether it still works as well. I think because of the leather and the cedar, that it will actually give you good wearability in colder weather. That's my prediction. But love to hear some of your guys' experience who live in colder climates. As you can see now, there's a mist coming down around me because this is a rainforest and they're constantly watering the plants. And you can kind of see just the beauty. So, all right, I'm gonna do one more update in a little bit and let you guys know my final thoughts. Okay, I can safely say now that I've been walking around all day. Actually, I've been walking around for 6 hours. Well, I put this on a couple hours before I came out, and I've been here for about 4 hours today at Fairchild. And here's my final synopsis. By the way, one of my favorite trees in the world, if you can see behind me, this tree, it is like a rainbow balsam wood tree. The colors of the bark are like rainbow colored, if you can see. Let me see if I can zoom in there. You see that? See how the green and red, pretty cool, huh? Okay. I know, just having some fun today with you guys. My final analysis on on Cedrat Boise. Winner. Ding, 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 winner. This is a fragrance that, well, let me take off my glasses, I can see better. This is a fragrance that I can honestly say is a fragrance that everybody should have in their collection. You know, there's certain standards that everyone, you know, builds their collection off of. And if you are building a niche fragrance collection, this is one that should be in it. Okay, Cedrat Boise from Mancera. For the price, it's under $2 a milliliter, which for me is the criteria for a good niche fragrance, so it's not over expensive. It is unique in the standpoint that it's a citrusy, fresh fragrance, but has a leather note to it. So it stands out for that. So it makes it unique for that purpose. It is a quality house. Pierre Montal is one of the best perfumers in the world, whether you like Montal or Mancera. To me, there's not much a difference between the houses. Really a matter of taste and what you like, because they both have similar fragrances and they both have totally different ones. So you just kind of explore the houses. It's fun to do. And performance, I've been walking around, like I said, 4 hours now in outdoor humid heat. It's over 80 degrees today here. It's a really warm day, and it was cold all week, and today it's warm. And it's still all over my skin. I can smell it still outside with the wind blowing. It's as the wind wafts and kind of turns around on my skin and around my head, I'm getting the smell of this. So I'm at over 6 hours now, and I'm still getting projection. And what's interesting about that is, because it's humid, it's hot, and I'm walking around a lot, normally it's going to evaporate more quickly. This is going to be an 8+ hour fragrance on your skin, on my skin at least, based on how it's performing right now in this hot, humid weather. So there you have it. I highly recommend it. This is a thumbs up for me. Cedrat Boise from Mancera. For those of you who have not bought it or are thinking about it, go ahead and get it. If you're thinking about getting into the niche world, this is one fragrance that I would recommend to do it. If you are a niche lover already and you don't have this in your collection, go out and get it. It's 10 years old now. You know, sometimes fragrances get reformulated or they get, you know, sometimes discontinued for no reason. This is one of those ones I wouldn't take a chance. I would just go ahead and pick it up, you know, for the price. I know it's still $180, which is of course not chump change for anybody, but for the price, for most niche fragrances, to get 120 milliliters, it's well under $2 per ml. So there you have it. This is JoelTheNose coming to you from the Fairchild Botanical Gardens. I hope you enjoyed this field trip visit today. Again, I was tying in the wonderful tropical nature of the surroundings around me with the tropical nature of this beautiful citrusy leather fragrance from Mancera. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And of course, if you liked the video, go ahead and smash that like button. And I will be back soon, guys, with another video.